Wait, I don't need to do this right now. Let's see here. Okay, 16.5 inches. I'll borrow my tape measure there. Okay, I want it that way. Oh, shit. All right, get right under there. And what I'm burning here today is coke, not coal. This is just coal that has been cooked to get the impurities out of it. So it burns hotter and cleaner than coal. Oh shit, it's hot. Hot, 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 hot. I have no idea how hot this fire is, I just know it's hot. I guess that'll do. Let's see if I can. Okay, that needs to... No, I'm not an expert blacksmith. I'm not really even an amateur. I'm just kind of learning as I go along. Okay, let's straighten that a little bit. What do I do with my tongs? I guess they're not out here. That looks nice and hot. Still not quite right. Not quite there. Yeah. Obviously need more room to do this. Yep. Right where it needs to be. Making it sharp. Well, oh, got it too hot. That is, jeez, I burned it. It actually melted the metal. Well, see how hot that is? Hot. I can still work with that. Okay, this is a crucible with some brass shavings and scraps in there. I'm going to melt some brass and hopefully be able to cast a drawer pull for my sister, and maybe something else for myself. Alright, put that in there. Brass melts at about 1800 degrees, depending on the alloy, or maybe 16 to 1800. This will take a few minutes. Anyway, this is just various scrap brass, cartridge brass, some bronze mixed in, I'm sure. Whatever I have is yellow metal. Anyway, see how long this takes. See, that little sucker's getting hot. If you can see in there, it's not melted yet, but it's getting there. It's getting hot fast. Okay, the brass that's in there is starting to melt. Okay, it's maybe 5 minutes after I put it in there. That brass is starting to melt. I'm gonna put some more in. Just a little bit at a time. I don't want to put too much in there because this cold brass going in will freeze what's in there and it just slows things down. This is 50 caliber brass from one of my other projects. Bits and pieces. See that? I hope I'm not melting my camera. See a little green flash in there, that blue-green? That is the copper in the brass burning. Okay, brass has melted. I'll get some of this impurities out the top. Try to keep it from going in the coke. That is some hot metal. And I've just got a couple molds out of the oven. I preheated. Hopefully won't have any steam explosions here. And trying to cast a drawer pull for my sister. And I got another mold for myself. Just a piece of hexagonal stock just for something to turn in the lathe. Where's my little spout there? Okay, here we go. Okay, the drawer pull first. And the rest goes into the hex bar. Oops, that mold's not quite dry. Didn't heat that one enough. I didn't heat it enough. Well, what the hell? That's just going to be a mess. Pour the rest of this out here. And set this little sucker over here. And anyway, yeah, I should let that one dry for a few more hours. Wasn't this fun? I guess I need to do more blacksmithing now. And no more filming for now. Alright. Okay. Let's see what yesterday's molding did. Okay, got it free from the mold. This is the original drawer pull. This is not brass, this is fake, some kind of pot metal. Anyway, I use this for the pattern. This is a lot heavier, a lot of excess metal, but I think with enough grinding and filing and polishing, I might be able to get a reasonable copy of this out of this if I take a little bit of time. So that's the plan. This is something I actually promised my sister 3 years ago, finally getting around to it. This was the hexagonal rod I was pouring. That was the mold that had a lot of moisture in it. You can see with the excess moisture blew steam in here. This is pretty much junk. I'm just going to put this back in the melting pot next time I need to melt something. Alright, that's my Festivus Forge and Foundry video. Bye.